FRISCO. In the latest episode of the Best Coast Boys podcast, hosts Landon, McCool and John Owning dive into their first joint Cowboys mock draft of the offseason using the Draft Network's mock draft machine, which debuts to the public on February 25th at thedraftnetwork.com. The Best Coast Boys podcast is a Cowboys-centric podcast that will delve into many other topics. Whether it is the NFL, Cowboys, movies, music, comics, food or mixed martial arts, nothing is off limits on this Best Coast Boys podcast. It is getting to be NFL draft time, of course, as you can tell by our guy Matthew Poston's weekends of work bringing Cowboys-related insight into college prospects that Postons has traveled the country to see with his very own eyes. Click here and look for Cowboys First. With Dallas first picked second round, the guys decide whether to attack the tight end, wide receiver or defensive tackle positions. The guys settle on an ultra-talented defensive tackle who can improve Dallas' interior pass rush right away. In the third round, the guys discuss adding a running back but decide on adding an athletic tight end whose best days are in front of him. After that, the guys turn their attention to rounds 4 to 7. In round 4, the Cowboys decide to grab a running back who would complement Ezekiel Elliott extremely well. Cause as we all know, it is possible that an Elliott earthquake might be coming. Then in the 5th round, Jen gets his nerd on as he uncovers one of the biggest sleepers in the draft and selects just that fella in the 5th round. In the 6th round, the guys add a Cole Beasley replacement. No offense to Bees here, of course, but his search for a payday, as justified as he will be to do so, causes us to search for more affordable ways to win in the slot. I've got a similar exercise here, though instead of looking to the NFL draft, I take a VIP look at the affordability of Cole versus Tavon Austin versus Golden Tate. To finish, Landon makes the argument why a certain running back's skill set is too good to pass up in the 7th. But wait a minute. How many running backs are we drafting here? How many running backs are we carrying here? You know my view on the NFL draft, it's BA, as much as is realistically possible. Inside the podcast, we find out the educated views of Landon and John, too. The Best Coast Boys podcast will be back next week to discuss more about the Cowboys off-season. You won't want to miss it then, or miss this mock talk above, now.